Okay, so again, welcome everybody. What we are going to do today is read this book. We have Silence, the Power of Quiet in a World Full of Noise. So as formed this group, that we said is we start reading this only as a launch pad for the discussion, and if possible, do a small impulse training or practice within the group to see what it really means. So really testing the waters early and not just sticking at the theory, right? So that's the idea. So, and we can always rotate the reading next time. Today, I start with the very first chapter on what he calls as introduction, and then he goes into the other topics. So I will start with the introduction reading on this book, and we will only read around say 2 or 3 pages, where already the opportunity to practice the very first, very simplistic thing comes into play. We practice that and then see what it meant for us or it didn't mean for us, right? So that's the whole idea. Let's read it only as a launching pad to discuss the topic further. Okay. So the topic in the introduction on this book of silence starts with, we spend a lot of time looking for happiness when the world right around us is full of wonder. To be alive and walk on earth is a miracle, and yet most of us are running as if there were some better place to go to. There is a beauty calling to us every day, every hour, but we are rarely in a position to listen. The basic condition for us to be able to hear the call of beauty and respond to it is silence. If we do not have silence in ourselves, in our mind, our body are full of noise, then we can't hear the beauty's call. There is a radio playing in our head, radio station named NST, which says non-stop thinking. Our mind is filled with noise, and that's why we can't hear the call of life, the call of love. Our heart is calling us, but we don't hear. We don't have the time to listen to our heart. Mindfulness is a practice that quiets the noise inside us. Without mindfulness, we can be pulled away by many things. Sometimes we are pulled away by regret and sorrow concerning the past. We revisit old memories and experiences only to suffer again and again the pain we have already experienced in past. It's easy to get caught in the prison of past. We may also get pulled away by the future. A person who is anxious and fearful about the future is trapped just as much as one bound by past. Anxiety, fear, and uncertainty about future events prevent us from hearing the call of happiness. So the future also becomes a kind of prison. Even if we try to be in the present moment, many of us are distracted and feel empty, as if we had a vacuum inside. Yeah, I'll read that line again. Even if we try to be in the present moment, many of us are distracted and feel empty, as if we had a vacuum inside. We may long for something, expect something, wait for something to arrive to make our lives a little bit more exciting. We anticipate something that will change the situation because we see the situation in the present moment as boring, nothing special, nothing interesting. Mindfulness is often described as a bell that reminds us to stop and silently listen. We can use an actual bell or any other cue that helps us to remember, not be carried away by the noise around and inside us. The noise around and inside us. When we hear the bell, we stop. We follow our in-breath and out-breath, making space for silence. We say to ourselves, breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing in and out mindfully, paying attention only to the breath, we can quiet all the noise within us. The chattering about past, the future, and the longing for something more. In just 2 or 3 seconds of breathing mindfully, we can awaken to the fact that we are alive, we are breathing in, we are here, we exist. The noise within just disappears, and there is a profound spaciousness. It is very powerful, very eloquent. We can respond to the call of beauty around us by saying, I am here, I am free, I hear you. And this is what I will now read. What he's trying to say is what it means for these 3 things. And let's try and practice this at a group, and then we open up for our discussion on this. So we can respond to the call of beauty around us by saying, I am here, I am free, and I hear you. What does I am here mean? It means I exist. I'm really here because I'm not lost in the past, in the future, in my thinking, in my noise inside, in the noise outside. I am here. In order to really be, you have to be free from thinking, free from the anxieties, free from the fear, free from the longing. That it means I am here. And then free, I am free. So I am free is a strong statement, because the truth is many of us are not free. We don't have the freedom that allows us to hear and to see and just be, right? So these are the 3 most powerful things that the chapter, I think, ends over here. So the 3 things what he says is, I am here, I am free, and I hear you. And what we want to do now is, before we discuss into this topic, I want to welcome all of us, including me, to do this as a practice now, right now. Let's practice this. Let's see what it means. So if you all follow what I'm trying to do, sit in a comfortable position. Have your legs rest towards wherever they are resting very comfortably, right? And what we are going to do is, we are going to take 3 breaths. You can close your eyes, you can have a small gaze, you can keep your eyes on the people, whichever way you like. Just sit comfortably, and we are going to take 3 breaths. In the first breath, when we breathe in, we are going to say, I am here. And remember what he said by I am here. Then we say, I am free, and see if you are really free. And then the third one, I hear you. Right? So let's just sit together and start with that 3 breath. And I will call out only these 3 words. If it synchronizes with your breath, it's fine. If not, you can have your own thing going on. Okay? So let's start. So I am here. I am free. I hear you. Take 1 or 2 breaths if you need more. And then slowly come back to the group. And notice around the way you see things. Notice around what your thoughts are happening. Notice around what your body is feeling. Just notice things around. And come back fully to the group, so that we can start sharing our own experiences. Okay. So who wants to go first? What happened when you had those 3 breaths? What were your thoughts? What were your feelings? Anybody like to share? I mean, it could be, and let's not get fooled away by this approach, right? We are really testing the waters. It is what it is, right? So yes, Paresh.
I checked when we are giving, like, it is something like you are giving command to your brain.
Yes.
And I'm neutral person. I'm very neutral in this case.
Yes.
So when I said I'm here, so okay, I started okay. This is something which is like okay, I'm here. Because
Yes.
when you are like reading the pages, I'm going through lot many things.
Yes.
So parallelly, I'm working. I'm giving a message. I'm like currently, but I was not here. The moment you said okay, I started to okay, left everything and like okay, concentrating on my body.
Yes.
The moment he said I am free, it was completely black, something which I feel it.
Mm.
Complete black. So it was black and blank. Both of black, what I visualize, and blank. So I was not having any kind of thought at all. And then I hear you. So at that time I was started to hear the noise which is actually near to me. Earlier it was there, but I was not listening it.
Not listening.
So okay, like what train is passing around, it is like habituate to me. It is like a program in my mind. I'm so much involved into certain things that these are the things which is coming to me. I'm not able to solve it. In fact, I did it twice. Like I'm here. I'm free and all. The second time when I did it, I'm here. I was able to listen to certain voices which is coming from my body
Body.
like heartbeat which I feel it like okay something that okay duck so that duck okay I'm here I'm alive so this is something good which I feel it.
Right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Paresh. Anybody else wants to share what happened during it? What happened after it? Was there anything that you felt, observed, or your thought fought back on anything? Rashmi, Alessandra?
Well, I was finally, when I was concentrating on my breathing, it helped me like get all my other thoughts, like shut them out.
Yeah.
And also, I could feel myself relaxing with each breath
Yes. Yes.
and being more attuned to my body and what I was feeling in my
Yes.
body.
Yes. Right. Thank you. Thank you. I see Krishnakant dropped out, but Rashmi, you want to say something?
Yeah, for me, it's very difficult to blank my mind.
Yes.
So I tried to concentrate on my breathing, but still, I think it was not. Maybe few breaths I could just concentrate on the breathing, but still I had few thoughts going on. But yeah, I think I would need more practice with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I tried, and it does help. Yes,
Yeah.
concentrating on the breathing specifically, yeah, it does help.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a powerful anchor. Yeah, it's a powerful anchor. Let me admit, Krish is joining in again. Just give him 2 minutes to come in. I think it's a powerful anchor. So when I started initially the mindfulness and this talked about anchor, and for me a breath anchor was a little tough because when I used to focus on breathing, for me it turned out to be that my brain is telling now I need to consciously breathe, which means now if I don't breathe it's not happening automatic. Yeah. So I used to get stuck with that. But the and that is where I realized that this I am here and I am free was a problem. I was not really free. I was not really here completely. And that's why I was focusing and thinking about still the thinking process was still on. So I think when I stopped tried to bring it better and better with my practice, when I could stop the thinking, it became much more natural. Yeah. Then this, for me, I am here, I am free. And I hear you is a very wonderful practice. I try to do multiple times a day. So whenever now I know my thoughts are getting very heavy, even in the middle of a meeting, for example, I do this 3 breaths, right? So just the 3 breaths. I'm here, I'm free, and I hear you, right? And I'm not calling out hear you as in the only the person, but it goes towards the mindfulness listening. But we talk about that a little later. Krish, do you want to share anything from your side? What was there what did you observe when you did this small activity? During the activity, after the activity, any observations? Or was it, yeah, it was the same thing, before and after, nothing different?
For me, the subject is quite new actually. So
Yeah.
for me, this is the first day of doing
Yes.
this kind of practices.
Yes.
But always it felt little different as far as the calmness is concerned. When I hold my breath, I go like a little bit deep inside and coming back, and I say, okay, I'm free, I'm here, I'm free, and I can hear you. So somewhere deep, there was something that I can understand, I can feel myself. Okay,
Yes.
that okay, I am there, that way. It has just started. That's what I can feel actually.
Yeah. No, it's already it's already a very advanced observation, right? Although it's the first day. Okay. So what I wanted to bring up is the topic of, and then maybe we quickly end, because this is what we need to practice and come back. When we do the next session, we want to practice this. So what I would invite you to do is that practice this multiple times a day, especially when you think you are in rush of things or rush of event. It takes hardly 2-3 minutes, 3 breaths. All it takes is 3 breaths. So please practice it, and we share our experiences in the next meeting on this. But really, if each of us can now redefine what it means, each of the sentences, what for you, what does it mean I am here? What does it really mean for you personally when we say I am here? And then what does it personally mean that I am free? Right? We come to the I hear you part later, because that's an activity you do. The preconditions are I am here and I am free. So what is your personal definition of this two cornerstones for this exercise? If anybody wants to give it a shot on your own personal definition of if I'm here and I'm free. What do you mean by I am here completely?
Well, to me, I am here is being with your attention in the moment, and not, okay, yes, I'm here, but I'm thinking of 1,000 different things, or I'm distracted by whatever, even if it's just the neighbor's dog barking.
Yes. Yes. And then what is I'm free, Alessandra, for you then? What is I'm free after that? What's that next thing of I'm free?
Well, that is a very philosophical, long discussion topic, but
because
related a bit to the being present and being, well, I guess it would mean that I am consciously deciding my actions and not just going with an impulse or with what anybody else is asking me to or demanding of me.
Yeah.
I guess it would be the closest thing, right?
Yeah. If anybody else wants to add on it, otherwise I read that last paragraph again on what the author was trying to say. So what does I am here mean? It means I exist. I am really here because I'm not lost in past and in future. Yeah, I'm not lost in my thinking. I'm not lost in the noise inside. Yeah, and I'm not lost in the noise outside. I am here. You imagine, even in that one breath, if you're really here, you can you feel the gravity and the power of when just the word I am here, just the 3 words I am here. Then he goes to say, in order to really be, only be, you have to be free from thinking, free from the anxieties, free from the fear. And then the last part, which becomes even more stronger for me, free from the longing. Right? Because he wrote in a few paragraphs above that even when we try as people, many people try to be in the present, which means they try in that moment not to think about past and not to think about future. But there is one innate, powerful drive within humans saying, I'm longing something. I'm wanting something to happen, some experience, somebody to come to make this life a little more special. Otherwise, it's too boring or it's too painful. So even if you try to cut out of past and future, there is still that longing. And even if there is that longing, I'm not free. So in order to really be, you have to be free of thinking, free from anxieties, future, free from the fear, and free from the longing. I am free is a strong statement, because the truth is many of us are not free. We don't have the freedom that allows us to hear and to see and just be, right? So I think with this we will maybe, if nobody has further comments, we want to try and keep this new series activity a little short and take it back, test the waters with this, and see that even in 3 minutes of time while taking those 3 breaths, can I really be here and can I really be free? And then if I listen to something, what happens? And that we try and discuss it maybe next time again. All right. Okay. Thank you, everybody. I will stop the recording. Give me a minute. I'll stop the recording.